the big house, the White House, no matter what you call the new plantation, America's unfinished truth is lying right before our eyes. See, we like to believe our past is behind us, that slavery is a closed chapter, the plantation is a relic, a photograph, a story told in black and white. But history does not disappear, it adapts. And if you look closely, not with pride, but with honesty, you will see that the plantation never died. It simply changed form. See, the old plantation was visible, fields stretched to the horizon, bodies bent under the sun, chains you could touch, whips you could hear. But the new plantation is quieter. It does not grow cotton. It grows debt. It grows dependence. Limited choices dressed up as opportunity. And see, we need overseers on horseback, like sometimes we need police beating us upside our head. Because, you see, the system oversees itself. And it just needs police, security, and all the other law enforcement agencies to act just like before. In the antebellum South, the house was reserved for those trusted to protect the structure. Not always the most capable, but the most compliant. Those who would maintain order, preserve comfort, and ensure the system never truly changed. Meanwhile, the field held the labor, the builders, thinkers, bodies that turned raw land into wealth, yet owned none of it. That was the design, and that design still exists. Today, the house is not a plantation home. It is institutions, positions of power, offices of influences, places where decisions are made about people who are rarely in the room. And too often, those chosen to sit in that room are not selected for their ability to lead no one, but for their ability to protect what already exists, even when it's failing, even when it's unjust. You see, they thought the slave catchers were protecting property. And I said this once before, and most people don't like it because, you see, the property now is you. Social Security number, birth certificate, unnamed accounts in your name that you don't even know. Even when the cracks in the foundation are impossible to ignore, because preserving the structure has always mattered more than improving it. And the field is everywhere. Communities that carry weight but are denied the reward. It is descendants of those who built the country without wages, without rights, without recognitions, still being told that they must prove themselves again and again and again. 400 years of proof and still on trial. America, do you understand the contradiction? The very people whose labor created the wealth of this nation are still fighting for full access to it. The very people who sustained this country in its infancy are still treated like they arrived yesterday. That's not an accident. That is our inheritance. An inheritance of hierarchy, of preference, of power being passed down by merit. Merit that is not deserved, but merit because they are familiar. The ruling class accepts them because they look like them. You get privileges simply because of the color of your skin. And also, the most important thing is you get privilege because you maintain the system that has been set up. Neely Fuller said, if you do not understand white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. And we are so confused that we don't see that the pattern repeats itself, resembles the past, and is trusted with the future, even when they fail, even when they falter, even when the evidence is clear that something is not working, something is not right. Some felons will never change. The legal system's greatest fear is that it was created on imbalance, not because it's collapsing or correcting itself. See, they don't want to distribute or redistribute the wealth that was gained for free. They are so scared that if they change or if they even decide to give what you truly owe to people who gave you everything that you have, and I'm not to say that there are some people, Europeans, that didn't work hard, because when you first came here, you came here on paper, to work so many years and then you be free. But then all of a sudden you were put in charge of black folks and property, you see? And property and black folks and poor white folks are all the same property. But what the old plantation fears the most is not rebellion, replacement, not chaos, competence in new hands. Because if leadership truly reflected ability, if opportunity truly followed merit, if fairness were more than just a word, the entire story would have to be rewritten. And some would have to admit that they were never chosen because they were the best, but because they were the safest. America, you cannot move forward while protecting the very structures that were designed to hold others back. You cannot claim equality while maintaining systems that produce inequality by design. You cannot honor freedom while denying full citizenship in practice. Because citizenship is not a document, it is a condition. It is the ability to move, build, lead, live without constantly proving that you deserve to exist on equal ground. And that condition has never been equally distributed. Not then, not now, but here's what changed. Awareness. The field sees the house clearly now. Descendants understand the design. The silence that once protected the system is being replaced by voices that refuse to ignore it. And those voices are not asking, they are revealing the myth, the equal opportunity that cannot survive under the weight of unequal outcomes. Revealing that progress without structural change is performance. Revealing that a nation cannot call itself just while avoiding its own reflection. So now, America, you stand at the crossroads, not of policy, but of truth. Will you continue to preserve the house simply because it's familiar, or will you finally listen to the field that built everything beneath it? Will you protect legacy or pursue justice? Will you repeat history or rewrite it? Because the time for pretending has passed.